to the Stitches and Sundries Fiverr podcast. We think episode 25 or 6. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. But we're here to talk to you guys about knitting and crochet and yarny goodness
all the good
and
stuff.
Projects and blah, blah, blah.
Life, chaos, all the good stuff.
Yes. Lots of life is happening. I'm Devyn.
I'm Lauren.
I can be found on Instagram as Devyn_no_loose_ends.
And I'm Lauren Upstitching.
Woohoo!
We did it. Intro over.
Intro. So, we've been busy.
We have been busy. You may have noticed a little bit of a lag in our upload schedule because somebody's buying a house.
I'm disrupting everything.
Life is just a series of disruptions.
It is.
Like,
it really is.
If we're not planning for that, like...
Yeah.
But
it's been chaotic going to house showings and then meeting with the realtor and
I'm sure.
talking with the lender and meeting with the inspector.
All the fun stuff of being an adult.
Being a homeowner. I just, I kind of need a place to live. Need a roof.
Need a roof. That's important.
It is important.
But other than that, we've been running like crazy, and summer's here. And
summer is here, and where the heck did August go? Can we just talk about how August is over?
It just left us. I know.
I mean,
Sarah asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I'm like,
oh,
it's not till September. And she's like, yeah, it's literally Wednesday will be September. And I'm like, oh. And we're doing budget planning at work, and they have like this timeline that's like very laid out, like on this date we'll do this, and on this date we'll do this. And I'm like, oh, August 26th, that's so far away. And someone was like, that's Thursday. And I was like, oh.
It's not very far.
I'm not planning for that yet.
Nope.
But
yeah, I mean, because for me, I did first week of August, I had fair week, so I was busy there.
Yeah. And
then I had 3 houses that I house sat for.
You're crazy, girl.
And it was just run from house to house, make sure nobody died and I lost a peep, and, talked about it in our floss tube, so you guys can watch that to find out the peep story. Me. But anyway, made it to this week, and now I've been running this week on trying to get things together to close for a house, and also okay, listen, you know how you're OCD? I don't know what I am, but I'm a planner. I guess that's what I mean. It's I'm not very good at being super organized, but I like to be organized. I have a bag packed already for I have it staged for day 1 of move-in, or not of move-in, of the day we close. Jason and I are going to do a deep clean on the house. And then after we do a deep clean, we're going to tackle the next.
Are the people already out of the house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, isn't there usually give us so many months to move out and you move in and stuff like that? It's just day 1.
Well, no, usually from closing date, that the house is yours. They need to be out by closing. Even if
they need to be out by closing. That's right.
Yeah. So closing is scheduled for September 30th, and I already have a bag packed with all of our cleaning supplies and toilet paper, because that's important.
I would love a breakdown of how your brain works versus how my brain works. I would just love to see it mapped out, because as OCD as I am, this is too far for me to have the bag already packed for September 30th.
Yeah.
I don't know what our brains do.
Well, I just keep adding stuff to it, and it's got room in it for more things. But so far I've got cleaning rags, I've got cleaning solutions, I got some Clorox, I need to get toilet bowl cleaner in there. But yeah, it's pretty well, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And it's got all my paper towels and toilet paper, and trying to think what else is in there. Oh, it's got labels I just have, so I can find them, labels and a permanent marker, so I can, when we go to pack, I can have a place that's central that I can find those things. So yeah, I've already done, and I've packed 6 boxes.
Oh my gosh.
I went through, so I made Jason and we went through the bathroom closet and the bathroom under the sink storage. And we just were let's go through all of our personal care products that,
if you're not going to use it
build up.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to go through and like I know I had stuff hanging on that I was hanging on to that I'm like, I'm not going to use that.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the lotions, and for some reason that is like the number one gift to a woman is lotion.
Yeah.
And I am not like, I take horrible care of my skin. Like
when like work does like when I was at the chamber, they did a Christmas exchange for everybody.
Lotion.
And I was like, I'm allergic to fragrances. I just used the Sarah excuse. My sister is actually allergic to fragrances. But if you tell people that, then they're like, oh, I'll just stay away from the Bath and Body Works products because
yeah,
I got friggin' 17 gift basket things. I don't need another one.
I have an entire box of candles.
If you're ever need, just be like, oh no, I'm sorry, I've really got an allergic to fragrances, and then they'll buy you chocolate. That's the second gift, and that is a much better gift.
It is a much better gift.
It's a much better gift.
So anyway, strategies to get what you want out of Secret Santa.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
It's almost the time.
But yeah, Jason's like, I don't know if we need to pack this much. And I'm like, I want to get as much crap packed now because I'd rather clean the house and be able to move in than spend, because you got to think, we're closing September 30th. We have October is the only good month to move. If we're moving in November, we're going to be dealing with Thanksgiving and holidays and snow, and it's going to be ugly. Yeah. So October is it. That's 30 days. I don't know how long it takes to move, but we also have shit scattered between a couple houses. I still have stuff in my dad's garage and in a bedroom at my dad's house because there's not room to move all of my stuff into Jason's house where I live now. So
yeah, you guys are going to be hauling stuff from
there's a lot of
one
stuff.
end of one county to the other end of another.
Yeah, there's stuff all over. So I just thought like we can start now and we'll just get some stuff packed up. We went through the kitchen at Sean's and took all the things out of the kitchen that are extras that were ours. Like, poor Sean. When Jason takes all of his like cooking utensils, Sean is gonna need like stuff.
Yeah.
And spices. The spice cabinet is basically just gonna have nature seasoning. Because Jason's like, I'm not leaving my good spices here. They're mine. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't have to leave your good spices here. Some of them are from like Trader Joe's. You can't just go get that here because Trader Joe's is like 2 hours away from us.
Yeah. No, so. Don't leave him with anything. Because
but
he's a bit of a prick about, this is my house. You have to sit on my weird broken couch and I'm not going to fix anything. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm taking all my shit that is mine. Oh, look, you're left with a toaster. Goodbye.
He's going to have a toaster, a hand mixer, and his Keurig. And probably the coffee pot because we have an extra coffee pot. My grandma buys me weird appliances at times, and so I have
multiple coffee pots.
Every time my grandma spills water outside of her coffee pot, she thinks the coffee pot's leaking, so she'll go and buy a new coffee pot. And it's like, you goofball, you're spilling the water. The coffee pot's not leaking. You have spilled it.
So the family's just like constantly in good coffee pots.
My aunt hasn't had to buy a new coffee pot in a long time because she just takes my grandma's broken coffee pot.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah, we have a really nice bun coffee pot that I'm excited to use. It's the one that like it stays hot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. But anyway, we're not here to talk about coffee pots from my grandma. We're here to talk about knitting and crochet. Lauren, you're wearing something. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Sum of Its Parts pullover by As You Need It. I Need It Crochet. And I am so flippin' happy with this sucker.
It is so cute.
Look how cute it is.
I wish we could stand up.
I'm wearing a tank top underneath it because it is
it is holy. It is crochet.
It is a crochet garment, but yeah, I wish I could stand up. See if I stand up. Am I out of the line? Yeah, I'm out of the line. But like, look how cute. You
can see the stitch definition that way.
Yeah.
So it has really cute stitching.
It's super cute. I wore it to work the other day, and it was super nice to wear to work. It was a little warm. It probably was not the best thing to wear.
It's not exactly.
It's not summer.
It's like 80 degrees still, so.
It was like 85 degrees that day. So
yeah.
It was warm.
So I don't think it's quite.
But it fits really nicely. Maybe a little. I could have maybe gone down a size, but I like my stuff
but
to
I
be
think
a little.
it looks comfy baggy,
It's
not
very
oversized.
comfy. Exactly.
Not like a bad size.
No, and it looked great with, like, I wear it with just black dress pants, and it looked really nice. So.
And it looks great with jeans. It's really cute.
Yeah. So I love it. I am super happy with it. I will probably do more of her patterns in the future because they are super nicely written. A lot of her stuff is free. She's just a pretty awesome designer. So
it is really nice, and it's definitely gray. Like you can see against this purple wall. It's not super. It looks more gray today than I think a lot of times it looks pretty purpley.
Yeah, it can differentiate depending on who's looking at it and the time of day and the lighting. If you put a little more of a yellow light on it, it looks a little more purple for some reason. But I actually kind of like that because it gives me a lot of options. So I am super happy with it. I did this in Lion Brand Kobu yarn, which is a cotton bamboo nylon mix, and it is so soft and it's so silky and it's just.
It looks very comfortable to wear.
And this is my second wearable crochet. My first pullover, and I'm super pleased with it.
It's very cute. Very, very cute.
I wove in ends at our Stitch and Bitch. We have friends over, and we just all sit around and complain about work and stitch. So that was really nice.
It was very nice. I enjoyed Stitch and Bitch.
We need to do that more often, man.
Good luck getting that many people together more than once a month.
I am, however, I was planning to do another top, and I am putting that on the back burner right now because I have a huge amount of cross stitch projects that I'm trying to stay on top of.
Yeah.
It's just one that I'm really trying to stay on top of, and so everything else, even other cross stitch projects, are kind of going to the wayside a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick some smalls that I'll talk about later, and we'll talk about that. What do you got?
I have whips. I have no finishes. Right. So I will show you one you guys haven't seen for a while. This is the most exciting one on the podcast today. From me. It goes this way. So you guys, remember that wedding shawl I'm working on? I'm not very much farther, but...
Oh no, I feel like you're really getting there.
It is... I have 3 more rows of this chart left. I did 2 this week. 4. So 2 rows on the chart, 4 rows total. It's at about 400 stitches now, so it does take some time to get across it for me. It also takes like time to have an evening shoot. This is a sit down with it, 0 distractions, because even with 0 distractions I made mistakes. So I have I think I have 2 here. So I have a stitch marker right here that I have flagged. I didn't even drop my yarn over. I forgot to yarn over right here. And I went all the way through the purl row and didn't fix it. So on my next go around, my next row over, I'm gonna, on the front side, I'm gonna pick up the yarn over, which is, I don't know if you guys will even be able to see it, but in what I have marked here, there are 2 little bars. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are 2 bars here. And I'm going to pick up the lowest bar, and it'll be the yarn over, and then this next bar will be the purl stitch. And so I just need to add that in, and I did that twice. And I should be able to fix that on the next row without having to go back 2 whole rows. But yeah, I should have been paying a little bit more attention to make sure I had all my yarn overs. It just means my holes there will be a little tighter, but they should still work out and be fine. But
show the beading.
I have done some beading. I have about an inch of beading. I don't know if you guys, can you hold this line up? I don't know if you guys can see some of that beading. Right here is the beads. They're little gray silver beads, and they're super fun. It's actually very easy to do with a crochet hook. I have a bowl that's an antique bowl that I bought at a thrift store. That's like a sort of like a boat. I think it's actually maybe of a gravy boat or something. Mm-hmm. And I just take my crochet hook and I just dive into it, And when I do this motion, it usually picks up, like I don't have to try to catch a bead.
Right.
So when I just dive in, it catches the beads, and that's how I get them on the hook to do it. And I don't remember what size crochet hook I'm using, but whatever one the beads fit on.
There you go.
That's what size I'm using.
This is so pretty.
Still have a ton of yarn left, and I don't think I'm halfway. Well, I'm halfway through as far as the stitch count goes, but I'm not halfway through. There are still 2 whole charts after this.
This is so beautiful, Devynn.
It is going to be so pretty.
And this yarn is from...
Oh, this is the Blue Brickish, which she is a favorite indie dyer of mine. I don't think this video is going to be out in time, but she has a shop update coming on September 1st. She does usually do one at the beginning of the month, and then I think one more in the middle, or maybe she only does one at the beginning of every month. But she does updates pretty regularly. And she changed her process, and it's actually easier to get her yarn now than it used to be.
Did you used to have to like be on ready to hit the...
Oh, her shop updates were so competitive before. But now, usually after an update, there is still some, like the next day or 2 days later, that there is still yarn. It is, you kind of do still have to be on it, but not so bad. But I really look at that lace, how it's showing up there.
Oh, it's so pretty, Devynn.
It's got
the feathers, because this is... What's this?
This is called Wild Swan by Teasdale and another person. They co-authored it, whose name I forget. In the show notes.
In the show notes, it'll be below.
And it is a free pattern.
Yeah, and so those feathers, the swan feathers, like, oh, so pretty. So beautiful. So
pretty. I'm really enjoying this. It is my first full lace of anything. It's my first beaded knitting. I've done like small lace in a shawl before, but I've never done a full lace shawl. And it's not as scary as you think. I haven't put in a lifeline anywhere because I have felt pretty comfortable with, if I mess up, I should be able to pick back. I shouldn't have to like lifeline it. But
that's awesome.
It's been fun. I am knitting it on, because it doesn't tell you. I'm knitting it on size 4s. The pattern, I'm not sure, tells you what size to knit it on. But
they just say, like, go with God and whatever yarn you're
gauge.
using.
Just go with gauge or whatever.
Yeah.
I have an 800 yard skein, and this pattern has plenty of room for that. And there's sections, I believe, that you could repeat if you have more yardage, which I probably won't.
You could go up to like 1,400 or some ridiculous amount. You could make it humongous.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But once I get to the end of the charts and stuff, I'm just going to be, that's the end. Because it's already getting to a point where it's almost big enough to, well, by the end of the second chart, the chart after the one I'm on, it will be big enough that I could like almost finish it there. But I'm going to go all the way through the whole pattern, and then we'll see. I think I don't know what the edge at work is this. I think it's an I-cord edge, which will eat yarn, so.
Yeah.
But it is fun to work on. It takes a lot of effort to do it. I like to do one row on the chart and the purl row in the same evening, because then if I miss a yarn over, I can catch it.
Yeah.
I can see it, and then I'm not putting it away with a mistake. Now, last night I was working on this, and I found my mistake, and I'm like, okay, I'll take detailed notes because I'm going to show it.
Right.
So,
that's smart. That's really cool.
So that's what I have. And then I have...
What else? How many you got?
I have 3 more.
3 more.
I forgot about this one. Yeah.
Do 2.
Okay. Whoa, guys. All right. Well, I'll do this guy first. He's in my hands.
Oh, this is so pretty. I like this yarn a lot.
This is no pattern. This is a hat that I started. I was working on this while at the Garrett County Fair. And I did a cable cast on. I think I cast on 90, maybe 96 stitches or something like that. And I just did a half twisted rib knit. So I only twist the knit stitches. I don't twist the purl stitches. And so it's basically just a rib knit hat. And it is very simple and basic. The yarn is unknown from stash. It didn't even have a label on it. I know it is 100% alpaca. It is hand dyed. I know where I bought it. Well, I don't know the shop name actually, but I know when I bought it, sort of. I bought it at Garrett County's, what is that called? Autumn Glory Festival. There's an alpaca booth that used to show up at the schools, but now I think it's when the schools did craft shows, but I think now it's all at the fairgrounds. Yeah. And that the booth does come every year, so I could get the information on this, but they sell their hand-dyed alpaca, and this is 100%, and it's baby, and it's super soft.
I love how this is pooling. I like the tie-dye look of it. It's really cool. Completely
unplanned. No, I'm not doing really anything. Cool. That's just all the yarn talking. Very easy, basic hat, and it was just something. I'm like, I need another hat to do while
you're sitting at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, because what I did as a volunteer there was I sat at the window and I would take paperwork and answer quick questions. So when there wasn't people, I was knitting.
Very nice. This is very soft. It's super plush.
It is super soft, and I've had it forever. And I started it as a hat and never finished it. And I might be able to get a hat and glove set out of this.
Oh, that would be cute.
So we shall see. Not a glove, fingerless mitts.
Oh, fingerless mitts.
Probably. Yeah, I'm not going to do fingers. Doing those fingers. I might do the thumb. The thumb gusset.
That would be so weird. You just do mittens then.
No, a lot of fingerless gloves have a thumb gusset. And then the fingerless part comes up to...
Do you leave the thumb open as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, why would you put one thumb in a glove and not the other fingers?
Yeah. It's still here. So you still have to do the part that goes around the thumb because your thumb is too short and stubby. It doesn't go up with the other fingers. So anyway, I have 2 more. So do I show another one?
Give me one more.
Okay. So this is my favorite thing to knit on. It is the easiest. It is garter stitch, which is my jam. This is the Doodler. And last time you guys saw it, I was here.
Oh, and wow, you really put on some progress.
This is what I knit on every morning, so it does get the most attention. I am on wedge 16 of 17, so I am almost done the wedges. And then at the top, there's a cable section. And then at the bottom, there's another border section. And then there's going to be little picots. So
very pretty. I love these colors.
I love these colors. It's so spiderwebby. I'm so excited.
You're going to have it done for Halloween?
Maybe.
You keep pressuring me. You're going to have that done next time? You're going to have that done next time?
I'm going to have it done next time? Yeah. Probably not, because the next section shouldn't be too bad, but the bottom section I've heard is pretty substantial.
More intense.
So this is, I don't always say this, but I'm knitting this on US 3, and I'm knitting this with 3 hand-dyed skeins by Pandia's Jewels. And I just found out she is no longer dyeing. So
oh my god,
she has a few skeins on her website, but she is not dyeing anymore. And I guess once it's gone, it's gone. I'm not sure if she's doing a sale. But this is, I
tell you, this pandemic has got to ruined a lot of people's businesses.
Well, I think hers might be health related.
Oh, no.
She has some health concerns, but I have the black and the purple. The purple so far is barely touched, but I think the cable at the top of the shawl is going to be purple. And then the bottom, there's going to be a big chunk of black. And then the picots are going to be this purple.
Oh, that's going to be so pretty.
So it should look really nice together. I keep my pattern in this. So, yeah, I can't show you guys this, but I'm on 16, over here 17, then I start a whole new section, and I'm very excited.
We love new sections.
So, this one's going really well. It's, because it's garter, I can knit on it every day.
That's super fun.
And if I make a mistake. It's really easy to just fudge it. I mean, Stephen West patterns pretty
forgiving
to things, because they're so there's supposed to be 5 stitches between all these little gaps, which mine so far I haven't made a mistake. But one time I was short a stitch, so I just added 1 extra stitch right in here right before this I-cord border, and I fixed it, and it's fine. And you can't tell. I can't tell.
Nobody can tell.
It's there. It's just working. Very forgiving, and
That's
I
awesome.
do love that. Another reason it makes for a good morning stitch, because when I'm sleepy and haven't had my coffee, it's just fine if I fudge it. And I have one more.
I have one more as well.
All right, your turn.
So, this is the beautiful, colorful. This is Namdaela Rose by
Are we pulling things out, or
an
is it locked?
unknown. It's locked.
Okay, good.
It should be locked. By an unknown designer. I bought this on Ravelry, and
It is so big.
It is so big and so pretty. You're getting a shawl out of this, girl.
This is a shawl.
This is a shawl at this point.
2 wedding shawls.
It is so pretty.
It is so pretty.
I am doing this in Leroux Crochet cotton yarn, which I freaking love.
And then I think if we hold it up.
Up where? Where you want to go to?
Like, if we hold it up, we can see.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me use my sleeve.
Where's that piece of foam board we had for a while?
Over there. Do you want me to grab
Yeah,
it?
go grab it. That'll help.
Oh.
Help kind of see.
Hang
So
on.
there are a couple of designs in each wedge.
My foot is very stiff.
We
If you see me hobbling, it's because my foot is.
stiffen as we sit. Put this here. Do this move. There we go.
There.
So you can see the motif of a rose is up here in the top.
Yeah. So you can see.
Yeah.
All
And,
of that. So you see petal, 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 center.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm finishing up the petals on the top. And I have one more row to go. Yeah, one more row. And then I will technically be done with the full rounds, which is, thank God, because I'm at over 1,000 stitches per round.
my God.
And
I'm
then,
complaining about 400, guys.
each of these like wedges here will get kind of finished with a domed top to finish off the petals, and then there's a picot all the way around, which will be very cute.
So are these double crochets?
Yeah, each of these are double crochets, and this is where I think I mentioned it last time. All this top has kind of turned into corner. All this top is turned into filet crochet, where you make these boxes, and then some of the boxes you fill in, and some of the boxes you leave to make a shape in the.
That is really cool. There's a shawl I want to do that is a rose, and it's filet crochet,
and
it's
so pretty.
So cute.
Yep. So that will be at finished size. It is right now almost 5 feet in diameter. I think it's going to end up being about 6.
It's big.
Total. It's really big. And it's so pretty, and it's so light and airy and beautiful.
Oh, it is going to be a great shawl. I mean, like, when you look at, and it's like, so this isn't done, guys. But it's going to be a great round shawl. It is so pretty.
Yeah, and it is perfectly symmetrical. I don't know how I've managed that shit. So if you fold it directly in half, like corner to corner, it falls
right on the line.
Right on, so that each daisy would match up and each rose would match up. It falls really nicely. So
that's just like even tension, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I did a good job.
Yeah.
So if I fold it right, but so I'm super happy with it. It's taking a while now because, like I said, each round is so long, but it is. But I'm a little worried because there's what's left. I mean,
there's a chunk.
There's
but
a chunk.
It'll go.
There's a chunk,
Crochet
but each round is so long now. But once I get down to just doing the little individual areas, that will be much less yarn. So
yeah, I think in crochet it's the doubles are what eats it.
Yeah, doubles are definitely tall. They're tall stitch, and they totally nom the yarn.
Nom.
And this is considered DK weight yarn. No, not DK weight. Fingering weight yarn. Oh, and I'm stitching it with a 4mm hook. Since you started saying that, I was like, oh, I should probably tell people that.
I don't know. I mean,
it is definitely designed to be done with thread and a very small hook to get a doily is what it's designed to be. But
I love it.
Just remember, anything can be anything. Who cares? Like,
yeah,
do it in yarn you love. Do it in a size.
I never thought of that. If I love a doily, I could just do fingering weight and get the shawl that I want.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. And it'll be all lacy and beautiful and airy and lovely.
And easier to deal with.
Yeah. And if you love a doily that's normally supposed to be 12 inches, size up your yarn, do a really loose tension. You have a really pretty lace tablecloth if you want it, like a dot. Just mess with it. Who cares? It's lace work. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's fun to do. It's fun to do. Mm-hmm. Try stuff. What you got? Oh, this is my favorite one. The other one I like, but this one's my favorite.
So this one is Marvelous by Knit Graffiti. Actually, if we hold it upside down, it can show the progress a little better. So, last time I showed it to you guys, I've only made it a few more rows. So, I have now done one whole repeat of this brioche, and then there's another repeat of the brioche, and then I get to another section like this.
Okay, so this will basically double in thickness.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And this is part of a knit along that is hosted by a group on Ravelry called A Place to Cal Your Own. Like a place to call, but K-A-L call. It is fun. The knit along ends sometime in September, and I am not going to make it. Not going to make it at all, but...
It's start-alongs. All these things are just start-alongs. We start together, and then who knows what happens.
Yeah. So, I am really enjoying how these yarns are coming together. I still don't know the names of the yarn. I have not put any effort into trying to figure out if I have the tags and if I could get that information. But, I know it's Wonderland Fibers, and then I will be using, my third color will be, this is Shadow Lord by Direful Yarns, and it is just a very dark purpley bluey.
Yeah, but it goes perfect with the speckling of the other two. Like it melds right in there together.
And this is the blue, which is not that like tealy blue. It's blueberry blue.
Yeah, it's a blueberry. Is a good color word for it. It looks like teacups. It just reminds me of old school, the blue and white teacups.
This one might be teacup or fine china or something like that.
Yeah.
This color has a name like that.
It just reminds me so much of like
I think
super
blueberry tart, the blue one. I'm pretty sure that's the name. Is like blueberry tart.
Blueberry tart and fine china,
something like that.
Perfect. And then Dark Lord.
Shadow Lord.
Shadow Lord.
But yeah, so this has been a fun project to work on. The brioche is easygoing. It's very forgiving brioche. So I have made mistakes and just kind of simply picked back. I do not recommend ripping out brioche if you can avoid that. It is, especially as a beginner brioche person. This is I feel like I'm more than a beginner. I'm like adventurous.
Yeah.
And I haven't lifelined it. My other brioche shawl that I did, I lifelined a few times. But this one I haven't felt the need to because I can read this brioche very easily. Mm-hmm. The decreases are very easy to find because you just have, these corners, like as you're going up this is a decrease.
So the pattern itself kind of points things out.
Yeah, and I mean, like, really, one of the places where I make mistakes, I don't usually drop the stitches. I usually go left when I'm supposed to do a right decrease or something like that. But this one, it's very obvious of whether you need to go left or right, because you're like, if you go the wrong way, you're suddenly going to be like sticking out against this turn. And I'm like, nope, I needed to do the other one. So that's just how I know what mistakes I make, and so those are the typical for me. So
but you've got two right now, your wedding shawl and this, that are a little more attentive.
Yes,
knits.
they are attentive. The doodler shawl is my only inattentive thing, and before that I was doing all those hats.
Yeah. Oh, you got another hat going.
Yeah, I've got the hat. So
I can see why you need those kind of things to break it up.
Because I can't work on this in the morning.
Yeah.
Tried, not good. Does not end well.
Sleepy Devynn does not brioche well.
No, hungry Devynn does not brioche well either.
No.
But this has been a good one to stitch on, easy. Definitely think this pattern is very forgiving to beginner briochers, because you do a section. It's not a whole thing of brioche.
Yeah.
Once you, and like what I did is so this area here is 16 row repeat. So the hard row is the front side where you're doing all these increases, and then the back row and the next 2 rows after it are easy. So like, I don't know how to explain that without you knowing what brioche is. But basically, you're only ever doing the increases every 4th row.
So you like get through the hard part, and then you got a couple easy.
Yeah, you have 3 breaks.
Yeah.
That are fairly easy. It's either you just knit or brioche knit or brioche purl, which is very simple stitch once you get the hang of that. But the increases are like, that's the row that's like attention. I go slow so I don't have to don't have to deal with mistakes, because I'm like, and I'll check it as I'm going. I check everything, because I know that I don't want to fix a brioche mistake.
No.
And so I just check it. But I only have to do that every 4th row. So that is very forgiving. So I usually stop on the increase row, and there's 16 of the increases, and then you do another 16 to repeat this pattern. So it'll be like this.
I love this pattern.
Geometric shape stacked twice.
I love the geometric shapes in this thing. It's so like, I feel like modern. It feels just so.
It is very, and it's very different for me, because I am like, the first brioche shawl I did was very lacy, leafy, floral. That's very me.
And this is like, I really like this because it's very feminine, but very modern. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have. Not all things need to be florals and pretty, delicate.
But the colors.
But it is still pretty delicate. It's pretty and delicate. It is. It manages to balance that really nicely.
And I love the squish of the brioche. I mean, I know that's what everybody talks about, but like, it is so nice. Plumpy stitches.
We do like some plumpness.
Yes. And then after the brioche section, you get a nice big garter break, so that'll be nice. So
very nice.
Very simple project, just time consuming. And that's all of my knitting. And I don't have any crochet going on right now. I have a crochet project. I really want to do that, that dancing leaf or golden leaf, that leaf one we showed last time. The leaf.
Yeah. I think it was dancing leaf. I think that's right. I'm going to pull up here. I just bought a pattern recently. These are going to be the smalls that I work on a little bit. We are doing an upcoming project for the Dove Center, which is our local women's shelter.
Domestic violence.
Yeah. It is a super great cause, and last year we put an entire tree together. This year we were like, putting together, and we were just allowed to take pictures and kind of fill in, kind of fake it a little bit. But this year we gotta like give away whatever we make, and doing a full-size tree did not seem possible. We also don't have as many people working on it.
We have 4.
4. Whereas last year we had 6.
We had 6 last year to do a tree.
And so we were like, okay, well, let's do a wreath. And we chose, what did we?
Santa's laundry, I thought, is what we chose.
Yeah, Santa's laundry
is the theme.
And so we're gonna do lots of little. It's all gonna be handmade. It's handmade. So it's going to be small little bits of clothing, and I'm gonna try and do like get some beading that look like soap bubbles and just very cute like that.
Yeah.
And I found on Etsy. This is by Stacy Tallman.
So cute.
I've been thinking, I was like, well, we can do, I know there's some teeny tiny crochet sweaters, but look at this crochet Santa coat.
That's so cute.
It's perfect. So I just bought this whole set and I'm going to try and work them up.
I want to do Santa's long johns.
Yes, you need to do the long johns. The long johns have to go on
They're
there.
so cute.
So this comes with the coat, a sweater, a Santa's hat, 2 other hats, and I think this is another sweater over here, this one here, but I don't like the look of that one, so I'm not doing that one. But I am totally going to do Santa's coat for the thing.
So cute.
And then we're also, I think you can kind of see them doing a little bit in the back here.
The twine with
the twine with the
clothespins.
We have to string that across and put our words on the clothesline.
Yeah.
Like Merry Christmas on the clothesline.
Yeah.
It's gotta be so cute. So then we'll donate that, and it's they auction them off, and all the money from the auction is donated. It's auctioned off to go to the Dove Center, but everybody kind of considers it a donation, so they bid, and it gets like really kind of crazy. Like people buy a tree they don't want for like $1,000 and just are like, that's my donation, and then any trees anything that anybody actually doesn't want gets donated to hospice for families that are unable to, they're obviously dealing with something, they don't have time to put together a whole tree and do all this stuff, so it's donated, and it's really
they send them to nursing homes too, so it goes to help spread some cheer.
Yeah, layers and layers of wonderful events, so and help for our community, which we're all about. So that's gonna be, I'm just gonna work on those little things as I dive into my.
I did one tiny sweater so far, and I want to do the long johns.
Oh, we gotta do them long johns. There's long johns. And then I think it's funny because we're doing it with some friends, and our wonderful friend Mary, if you're watching, Mary, was like, "Do you think this cat will fit?" And the cat was bigger than the wreath. It was so big, but we're like, maybe not. But she just wanted an excuse to knit a cat, so.
Santa needs a cat. No reindeer, just a cat.
No reindeer, just a cat. I mean, that seems appropriate to me. From this household, absolutely.
Rudolph was a cat. We just didn't know it.
We just didn't know. All right.
I think that's
it. We've rambled about Santa's cats now. I think that's our sign that we're done.
Guys, I don't know what the next 2 weeks hold. So I hope we're going to have enough content for another video.
I mean, hey, half our content is us rambling together about our lives.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might be a very light update on knitting and crochet. But it might, we probably have a lot of like, I'm in a house. I'm halfway to a house. Oh man, I'm going to take, when you are working on your house, I'm going to take pictures.
Of Devynn, the new brick mason.
Of Devynn, the brick mason, and just like start filling and just be like, this is what Devynn did. This is why Devynn can't knit, because her hands have been shredded by brick.
Oh my god.
Because I can also see them being like, okay, so you take this little tiny spatula and you spatula in all the mortar, and you're just like, what if I smear? What if I do this? That seems easier. Shredded hands. Or I got mad at the little tiny spatula and I threw it across the yard, and now I'm just throwing mortar at my house.
You know, that's how home improvement goes.
That's how home improvement goes. I mean,
the number of times I've heard plumbers just like beating on a pipe. Get in place!
I have mastered the art of, okay, Sarah's now just ripping at something with a pair of pliers. We're just going to walk away. We're just going to walk away, because if I say a word at this point,
the pliers are coming at you.
We're going to lose a heat vent.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to do paint parties. It's going to be great. Yeah. All right. We will see you guys again in the future at some unknown date.
Yes.
Hopefully 2 weeks, but who knows?
Yes.
All right.
just letting you guys know, we keep the options open.
We're keeping our options open.
Until we get through closing, and then we can get back to being more regular and stable. And
honestly, I think we need to get through the fall.
The fall?
Okay. Yeah, if we get past...
October or November?
November. If we get past
November, are you on board to go to the Frederick Fiber Fest? Because I have it in my calendar. I have $50. No, I have $75 saved for it. Like, I've been saving $20 to $25 a month now.
When is it?
I don't remember.
If it's anything other than the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's not Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because
no. It's the beginning of November.
We're having a huge Thanksgiving thing this year. I'm taking a whole week off work, which I'm so thankful I'm in a job that is possible. I'm taking a whole week off work. Sarah's taking the whole week off. We're having our wonderful friends up from Texas. She got her thing, by the way, her
what was that called?
My favorite season is the Fall of the Patriarchy. I stitched her a thing that said my favorite season, the Fall of the Patriarchy. They opened it up and laughed for 15 minutes. She said we just kept going over and looking at it and laughing more. And she was like, we're so happy with it. So it's in their house now. But they're coming up, and then we're all carting our way to Delaware for 2 or 3 days.
Oh my god.
To meet more friends. So it's Friendsgiving times 1,000. So we're gonna, it's gonna be fun.
That's cute.
It's gonna be fun. But, so yes, I'm on board for Frederick Fiber Festival as long as it's not done.
It's the beginning.
Yes. Sweet.
I mean, I'll go without you.
I mean, I don't expect, if you hold yourself up for me.
I'm like, that is the festival that I'm like, I'm going to
That's the one you're allowing yourself to go to this year?
Yeah. I need to fill my house with yarn.
It's the truth. You have all this, you have an entire loft space now to fill with yarn.
A whole upstairs, like, it's like a weird long room. Like, it really could be 2, but it's just 1.
Well, and it's only half of your house, right? It's like it doesn't go all the way over the top.
No, it's all the way over the top, but it doesn't go to so your roof peaks like this, and it doesn't go to the corners on this end. Like the corners are attic space, but the whole like peak of your roof center all the way down your house. It's like one giant almost hallway.
Yeah. It is a long, weird room.
It's a long, weird room.
But it has its own bathroom, so it's excellent.
But so I'll talk to you after the podcast about what we've talked about doing for the space. Because we've chattered so much.
We're leaving. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye, guys.